Let's take a look at step 3 in our introduction to the 4-step process, and that's driving traffic. When we talk about driving traffic, the first thing that comes to mind is search engines. People use search engines to find websites, and they're extremely popular. And the world's most popular search engine by far is Google. And in fact, they have 60 to 70% market share. So, Yahoo and MSN are behind them. But when you talk about search engines, you've got to talk about Google. So the key thing here is that you do search engine optimization for your website, or SEO. And this is the process of making sure your website is fully optimized for Google and matching Google's standards for finding websites based on the search terms that users are using. The second component of Google and Yahoo is pay-per-click. Not only do you want to optimize your website for the terms that are searched on, but you want to have ads running, especially for terms on your brand name or some of the most important niche terms that people might use to find your website. A third area is email marketing. Very few companies do effective email marketing. And when I talk about email marketing, I mean setting up a newsletter or some other content distribution to your loyal customers or loyal prospects, people that are interested in your company. Email marketing can be very effective if done correctly. Link building programs is the process of having websites linking to your website because people want your information. They want to send visitors from their website to your website so they can get more resources and information. Now, there's a lot of added pluses to having link building programs. One of the biggest ones is that Google uses inbound links to your website as an indicator of how popular you are and will give you better rankings if you have more links coming into your site. It's also important because you'll get more traffic from people coming from the other sites as they come in and read your content. Speaking of content distribution is absolutely critical for driving traffic. People go to the internet to get information. You've got to have your information from your business spread out around the web in various forms and on different websites. When that content then is read, they'll click back through to your home page, and that's how your website becomes a marketing tool then. And finally, offline marketing. What you're doing offline is driving people to your website. In fact, in the companies we work with, when we review web stats, 40 to 50% of the traffic coming into websites comes from people typing in the domain name. And these are folks that know the company from offline marketing and going directly to the website. So these are the most important ways to drive traffic to a website. Let's dig down a little deeper into search engines and SEO. Search engines begin with researching the keywords. In fact, search engines are all about keywords. You target the keywords that you want folks to use to find your website, and then you optimize your site around those keywords. And this is a strategic thing because you don't want to go after words that are too competitive. You want to find keyword niches that work for you, and you want to target your brand. Once you do that, then your site has to be optimized in the codes, in the title tag, in the content, in the headers, and throughout the website, it has to be optimized for those keywords. But it still needs to read in a way that is user-friendly and value-added for visitors. You can measure all these things, and you can run reports against your competition to see where you rank against various keywords. And you can also then look at your competitors that rank high and get a sense of, well, why do they rank high? What are they doing on their website that's giving them these rankings in Google? And then finally, you can have specific pages on your website that are landing pages based on the key terms that you're targeting. Let's look at pay-per-click, or the ads that are run in Google or Yahoo. This is a very important part of web marketing. Very few companies do this, and if you're not doing it, you really need to go research Google AdWords and get a sense of how this all works. Basically, you set up an account in Google. You fund that account with your credit card, and then you pay when people click on your ads. So it's very important that your ads have the right kind of copy and the right kind of offer. And the nice thing about this program is that you can track all your conversions. So you can measure all your ROI down to the penny. And that's one of the reasons why Google is such a big company and valued so high in the marketplace, is because they make billions and billions of dollars from these pay-per-clicks. And they only make that kind of money because they track conversions and they make sure that their clients get a return. There's several important things about email marketing, and probably the top of the list here is that important emails get read. Emails that aren't so important get deleted in their junk mail. So your emails going out have to be important. Think of emails as articles or information about your company to help build a community. Focus also on campaigns and focus on promotions or other offers to convert people and track them into your website. Once again, your emails should be important. They should either help people do their job better or improve the quality of their life. And also use landing pages in conjunction with email that's sent out. You've got to get people to sign up for your email list, and one of the best ways to do that is to have the email box easy to see on your home page. Place it in the upper left-hand corner. Track all your activities and all your email stats. Make sure you send out bi-monthly or monthly on a regular basis, and you have to be committed to getting this done. And that's only going to happen if you have a writer that will be working with you on a regular basis to write the email content. In content distribution, you want to think of writing articles or informational pieces about your company. Keep them to about 400 to 600 words. Use small blocks of text with headers so they can easily scanned. And get your articles on your website, in your email, and throughout the web. Podcasts are a great way to distribute content. Look into podcasts. They're basically audio presentations of the important things about your products and services. Webinars or online seminars and can have great results for your company, especially if you're a service provider. Blogs are taking off. All corporations now have blogs, which allow you to talk more about your business in a more conversational tone, and also to allow your customers and website users to attach comments as well. And then finally, as we mentioned, email newsletters are one of the most important ways to distribute your content. That's it for step 3, driving traffic. Check out the next video, which will be step 4, which is monitoring website performance.